Bfdi 13 just came out and it was amazing. Probably the best episode of post-hiatus so far. We got to see the remaining contestants, the failed debuters, and even the WTFers. For those of you who don't know, after the first 5 episodes of Bfdia, the season was put on hiatus for 10 years, and during that time, seasons 3 through 5 were created. In 2023, it was brought back, and since then, the creators have taken it upon themselves to answer some questions left in the timeline. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 timeline corrections that were made in this episode. The biggest correction was when the WTFers found the Enhancement ELO. This machine basically enhances the appearance of anything that the lasers that shoot from it touches. So when Gelatin shoots it directly at the TLC, the poorly drawn bodies of the characters inside of it change. This fixes the fact that in IDFB1, all the TLCers have new assets. My only question is, did their personalities change alongside their appearance? I think it'd actually be cool if they kept their Bfdi 17 personalities, and in IDFB we saw them change into their BFB personalities. For example, we would see Marker go from the cool guy that he is in Season 1 and 2 to the dumb guy that he is in Season 4 and 5. In addition to the failed debuters, the Enhancement ELO also hit Rocky, and that led to his barfing ability being restored, which was previously lost in the Season 1 finale. Rocky was shown barfing in Season 3's first episode, and this episode explained how he got it back. Us viewers have had to wait 8 months for Yellowface to finally be recovered and sent to the WTF, which happened this episode. I don't think I have to say this, but obviously Yellowface has to be alive by the time Season 3 starts. In the episode, Coiny embarks on an adventure to try and help Pin get her limbs back, although their plan does not end up working and Pin remains her limbless self. Some might argue that this makes sense timeline-wise, because in Season 5, Pin has a couple comments where she says Season 2 sucked. But I have a counter-argument. Pin has already been through so much in Season 2 that I believe that she can get her limbs back now and still have a grudge against Bfdia. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I just want my favorite character to have her limbs back, okay? Going back to what I said earlier about the TLCers still having to develop into their BFB personalities, I think we actually saw some development from Donut. Specifically, I'd argue that we get to see his leadership skills in action when he says that the failed debuters and eliminated Bfdia contestants should not be mixed. Speaking of Bfdia eliminated contestants, Matt seemed pretty sad to not be able to compete with Pencil. But luckily for her, in my show Tpot Weekly, her and Pencil are still in the competition together. Speaking of, you guys should subscribe to not miss an episode of Tpot Weekly, because it's a weekly object show, and who does not like that? In Bfdia 12, Needle joined Free Smart, but we gotta keep in mind that in BFB 1, she is no longer considered a Free Smart member. In episode 12, Pencil tells Needle that to become an official member, she needs to demonstrate an act of sacrifice. Needle does do this, but Pencil was dead at the time, so when Needle tells Pencil in this episode, she does not believe her. I believe that this interaction, or Needle's frustration over Pencil not believing her over and over again over the next couple episodes, will lead to her to ultimately leave Free Smart by the start of Season 4. This one's minor, but Gelatin ate a little bit of himself in episode 9, leading to him missing a chunk of his head over the last couple episodes. He didn't have this in Season 3, so he obviously had to die and be recovered by the time that season started, and that happened in this episode. A lot. While on his journey, Coiny falls into a buried forest deciduously insulated, and Donut overhears this. In Season 4, Donut comes across one and says that he's heard about it before, so this was a cool callback to the past, which is actually the future. In BFB 22, we learn that at some point before Season 3, Fiery recovered Leafy. And in this episode, we get to see it happen, after a beautiful scene with Fiery. It was great to finally see this happen, because this scene is very important in the long term. After seeing Pin from Hell, Pin frantically tells the other debuters that they have to get out of Goiki. Snowball, being an absolute goat, turns the TLC into a flying machine. In Season 3, the TLC is right outside of Yo-Yo City, so this episode was able to explain how it got there. I have a lot of thoughts about Season 3 and the TLC, so I decided to just put that here. At the time I'm making this video, there's only one episode of IDFB out, which canonically takes place 14 months before BFB 1. The whole premise of IDFB is that every month a failed debuter will get out of the TLC. There's 40 failed debuters, so we're expected to believe that IDFB canonically takes place over a 40-month period. But that's not possible because BFB starts 14 months after IDFB 1. I wonder how they're planning on handling this, but then again, the Bfdi writers are really smart, so they'll find a way. But I still want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for 2,000 subscribers.